Welcome, everybody. Hello. Waiting for people to join. Hello. We'll get started in a moment. Going to do this emergency presser. All right, everybody's joining. We have an emergency. No need to panic. Stock market is completely tanking. People want to know where to buy the dip. It'll be huge. It'll be a huge dip. Huge bounce. I want to bring you all here today to say the bullish bears, they're the bestest, biggest trading community on the planet. And they were right. And that guy, Lucien, he's very prepared as a Gen Xer. And I want to introduce you to him in a moment. So I'm going to pass the mic over to him. It might take a minute due to social distancing. We'll be right with you. Thank you, Mr. President. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. So everybody, that was really nice. That was a really nice compliment. The bullish bears, we were very prepared for this whole everything that's going on in the market here. And Mr. President, thank you very much what you said about Gen Xers. I did see that article that was posted that said the Gen Xers are the most prepared generation. And unsubscribing. Yeah, we'll probably get some unsubscribers for that. So, guys, what's up, everybody? How's everybody doing here today? Might be doing some daily pressers, right? We might have some visits. Maybe you get some visits from the president. I haven't decided if I'm going to be the press secretary yet or if I'm just going to be myself. So we'll have to wait and see. What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing? What everybody think today of the markets? Craziness. Lots of craziness going on. When will it bounce? When will it bounce? Wonderful after that. Guys, as I've been telling you guys, everybody, I didn't say, you guys don't know. You guys don't know if I like Trump or if I don't like Trump. I can put that on and I could be a fan or I might not like the president. So we don't know, right? So we'll see. Get a Pelosi mask. I've also decided, guys, I don't care about the audio right now because for whatever reason, I got to test. It might be the YouTube live thing. So I'm going to stop talking about audio because I'm going to do a test when it's not face on like this. I'm assuming it's due to YouTube live degradation because of the big screen. I can't figure it out. So I'm not going to keep talking about audio issues. So if somebody doesn't like my audio, I crackle once in a while, then you can quit. Right? So the stock market is atrocious. I'm looking at the SPY right now. And as you guys can. So guys, right? What I've been talking about, if you guys watch my last videos, right? And it's, right? Remember I was telling you guys the dip, right? So should you buy the dip today? Maybe. So now, like, guys, I was showing you guys yesterday. So I'm looking at the SPY. There was that crazy kind of bullish Harami-ish or high wave-ish candle. And then what did it do today? It dropped, right? So should you have bought the dip today? Or should you have bought last week, right? You could have bought the dip last week or then 2 weeks ago, right? Because everybody tells you buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip. Where's the dip? Right now, it's at a very, very dangerous level. There's a lot of volume that came in, but you still have kind of that spinning top or high wave-ish candle. So right now, it's definitely a bit risky. It's just a mess. It's absolutely atrocious. And it looks like we are right at the line. I don't know if it's exact, but basically all of SPY's gains that basically goes back to the beginning of Trump's presidency are pretty much almost wiped out. I don't know how the exact number, but it's pretty darn close. My line around there looks around 222. So it looks like we went down to, well, we got a bounce today off 227, and then it bounced back up. What's up, Jay and Terry Pilot says hi. Hey, what's up, Jerry? What's going on? You guys still like me after that, right? I'm sure that hat and that mask makes people very angry, but I'm sure other things I say make people angry too as well. So, so as far as the bounce, guys, right, or the dip I mean, I don't know. You have this nasty falling wedge, and you have 1, 2, basically almost 3. I don't know if this is not a bear flag, but it's just a mess. My buddy was actually, again, remember I was telling you guys in my last video, my buddy's calling me about Tesla. Let's actually, I haven't pulled up the Tesla. I'm going to pull up Tesla in a second for you guys. But as far as things go, remember, guys, the market is tanking. The country's still open. Things are still a mess. We could, remember, Trump has been saying, big, huge bounce, he keeps saying. But if that happens, when is that going to happen, right? So this, everything's just a complete mess. But you got to assume, I watch the charts, my logic. Remember, I tell you guys, there's logic and then look at the charts, right? So logic would say you would think people would feel most comfortable when there's a cure for the virus or this thing stopping. We don't see anyone anytime soon. Who knows, right? We got to watch every day. Trump also said something about an FDA. Did anybody know when the FDA news conference was? I thought that was supposed to be today. He said either at his conference today, he said either later today or early tomorrow morning, something potentially good news on the FDA. So I'm not sure what that is or if anybody knows about anything, but obviously, guys, all this stimulus stuff, right? The stock market's still falling, right? There's still a huge amount of uncertainty. Now, there's one, if you're paying attention, there's a lot of things. If you guys are paying again, watch my video, guys. You guys know I use a little bit of humor or a lot of humor. Some of you guys may like that. Some of you won't. I'm not going to change. I don't care if I tick somebody off because it's, again, bullish bears. We have different political affiliations and beliefs. Me, Tim, and Dan all believe something different. So if you don't like me and my humor, you'll probably like Dan or Tim instead. If you don't like Dan or Tim, maybe you like me, right? So, but the whole thing, guys, is, what was I going to say? Oh, so things to pay attention to, right? I try to get you guys thinking, right? Angel, what's up? So Trump was talking. He's been saying a lot lately. He's saying lots of things. Now, again, this is where I try to tell everybody, right? Thank you, Lou. Appreciate it. Which humor? They don't have humor. Yes, they do. Dan has a lot of humor. But then, see, you know what? Dan does his TikTok videos, and then we have somebody, maybe it was you, Juan. Were you the one that was busting our chops about audio issues? You might be the one that was giving Dan crap about his TikTok videos. Was that you? If you don't like the quality, if that was you, that might be you, man. Were you giving Dan crap about his TikTok videos? If it is, man, you got to chill. Yeah, what are you giving him? Yeah, dude. That's a TikTok video, man. That's what I was trying to show you on my last stream. TikTok is using a phone. He's trying to be fun and be silly. TikTok sucks because you can only do portrait and not landscape. Why they don't have a landscape feature? I don't know. Maybe blame China because China, I think, owns TikTok, right? So maybe someone could maybe someone could reach out to TikTok in China and see if they can get landscape so that Juan would like the quality of the 1 minute videos to be better. So when Dan is doing his TikToks, it's probably not going to be the greatest audio because he's talking on his phone. Me, on the other hand, I always have technical issues. I have a Yeti. As you can see, it's a very nice Bluetooth Yeti mic. I have very great quality. I've tried every which way, but due to social distancing issues, I can't have Dan come over my house to fix it because then that'll be breaking the social distancing rules, right? So I got to be very careful. No, I know, dude. I was, like I said, on my videos, ever since I've been doing these big face on videos, it's cutting in and out. So basing, am I still cutting in and out, guys? I almost don't want to know because it kind of ruins my comedic routine when I know that. I don't appreciate Juan's opinion. I think he's got to chill. So speaking of social distancing, I'm actually doing a self quarantine kind of thing, right? I'm being responsible because I could be a carrier. I'm 41 years old, and I'm hearing today young people. I don't know if I consider myself young. I'm not a boomer, right? So you can't say, okay, boomer. I'm a Gen Xer. And guys, it's very proud to know that us latchkey kids now, there was a big article that's going around that Gen Xers are, I think, the most prepared for the coronavirus. And I've been very prepared. I actually still have elderly people in my life that are still going out and getting their hair done today and still going out and doing things. And I'm saying, hey, close elderly friend of mine, they're telling us to be careful with social distancing. So I'm doing my social distancing thing and I've got my stuff. I'm not really looking forward to eating lots of salty soups and pastas, but hey, I don't want to have this guilt on me. So if I go out like today, someone in my life that's an elderly person in that age group was talking about you still can't find toilet paper anywhere. But guess what I have? I've got toilet paper because I'm a Gen Xer and I was prepared. What I could have done today very easily is I could have taken those rolls of toilet paper and gone to the post office and sent it right down to this person in my life. But then I had a thought. I've been out in the public a lot, and they said I could be a carrier, and due to social distancing, that maybe I got to be more responsible. So I keep my own toilet paper. I have plenty of it, and I didn't go to the post office, and I'm not sending it out. But if that elderly generation was more like me, a Gen Xer, they would have been prepared. So state of the emergency in the stock market, it looks god awful. So guys, the one hope I guess you can say in all this, so this is where, again, take politics aside. I know there are some people, right? So there's the people that love Trump, people that hate Trump. The people that hate Trump, I know there's a lot of people that hate Trump that actually wanted the stock market crash for people just to hopefully get him out of office, right? So that's where you got to check yourself, right? If you have that kind of hate in your heart, remember there might be people that you love that can get hurt by this, right? So whether you love Trump or hate Trump, you better hope what he's saying for the betterment of all of us, that this huge bounce that's going to happen, he's got a plan. Again, I don't know if he does or not, but what actually makes sense is that you love to hate Trump. So this is where, again, I kind of keep trying to bring you guys back to attention. Pay attention to the things he's saying, whether you love him or hate him, because there's a lot of things that maybe, right, again, that he might be saying right out to you guys that are right on the money, or he might be, lying. Maybe he's being a jerk and he's lying, or maybe he's lying for our benefit. So maybe he's lying for his benefit, lying for our benefit, or somewhere in between. So something today, again, that was very important to pay attention to was a reporter asked him how he wasn't taking it seriously, I think a few weeks ago, and, what made him change, and does he want to change what he's feeling, whatever, like one of those questions, right? Like a gotcha question. Because again, if you love Trump, you got to admit what he was saying a month ago about the virus is much different than what he's saying now. So a lot of Trump supporters could be like, what the heck, I'm right around you got to admit, right? If you love Trump, he said something different a month ago than he's saying now, right? So you got to ask yourself, because I don't know what's going behind the scenes, right? So you got to ask yourself, what's his intention? So if he knew a month ago some things were bad, you got to say he should have shut things down immediately then, and that's, so you got to ask what happens if he did that, right? I've been trying to tell you guys, if he shut the market, if he shut the United States like that, right? So the moment he found out there was a problem, he shut it down, stop it. What are you guys are going to think with this going to happen to 350 million people? There would be anarchy and destruction like you wouldn't believe. But what's been happening, like I've been trying to tell you guys, are people more prepared this week than they were last week? You'd have to say absolutely yes. The stores are flying off the shelf and they're emptying. Were people more prepared last week than they were the week before? Absolutely. I got prepared last week. The week before, I wasn't taking this thing seriously. I thought it was whatever. I didn't know. Then last week, I started taking it seriously and I got prepared. And I was telling people I know, I said, hey, there's worry starting to go on in the stores, but you watch after the weekend, this past weekend, there's going to start to be panic. What's happening now? Panic, right? So number one, pay attention. He's talking about a huge bounce. What does that mean, right? How does the market just suddenly bounce? Huge, go huge. Well, if you guys have noticed or paid attention over the past 8 years, in 2008, the financial crisis, nothing was ever solved. Nothing was ever changed. So those of you that loved the stock market for the past, whatever, what is it, 2008 to now, 9, over 10 plus years, I'm sure there was a lot of good stuff happening in the markets, but we keep trying to tell you guys, QE or quantitative easing, very, very important thing. There's lots of these tools in their tool bag that could prop things up, right? So if you do research about the Fed or the Federal Reserve, quantitative easing or QE, they're these magic tools that they have to do stuff that could help your 401ks, help other things. That's a great thing. So if you lost a lot of money in your 401k, and now you got it back from back then, that's a really great thing, right? Now, the market is it's horrific right now. So that's why I've been trying to tell you guys too. If you watched my past few videos, I've been saying Trump has been talking, not just recently. If you guys are paying attention back in December when everything was looking amazing, he was calling for negative. He was calling for negative interest rates back then, when the market is fantastic. Why would you need negative interest rates when the stock market is going amazing? Think about that. Right? So he was saying it back then when it was great. Now it's doing terrible, and he's saying it. And what happens, right? The average person doesn't look at negative interest rates and think that's terrible. Why would he ever say something like that? The average American is thinking, oh yeah, negative interest rates. Yeah, that's great. I would love to go buy a car and a house right now with negative interest rates. Duh. Of course, that makes total sense, right? But that's not necessarily a great thing. So he's saying it. So maybe, again, while something is potentially really bad right now, having that for a lot of people might be good, right? So now when we were warning you guys, we warned everybody, say, 2-3 months ago, be careful, be careful, be careful, be careful, be careful. And now it's dropped. If you didn't be careful and you lost that money, now this is where you got to think rationally. And whether you love Trump or hate Trump, you better hope and pray or whatever you want, whatever your background. I'm praying that, he uses those tools to bring this back up, because this is catastrophic in the stock market. So who knows, but he keeps saying big bounce, big bounce, big bounce. So if he uses those tools, we may get a big bounce. So we'll have to watch and see. He's been kind of foreshadowing it. He's also been talking about a war and an invisible enemy. He's been saying that a lot lately. I don't know what he means by that, but that's been very interesting. He's been saying lots of things. So again, this is where, this affects everybody's life more than just right? So you have so many different factors, right? So like I was saying to you guys, your love or hatred to a person as a president, it affects you as your president. The things you politically believe in and socially believe in, right? Now it's affecting the stock market, obviously drastically, right? So I'm sure a lot of people that hate Trump but have a 401k, right? So that's kind of a dilemma, right? What if you hate Trump but you want to have more money for your 401k? That's kind of a dilemma to be in, right? Or now if you love Trump and the stock market's down, now you want it to go back up again. So there's a lot of factors, as well as now, think about it, the average person has no clue what to do right now. I've been listening to the news. I have it kind of going on while I'm working each day. And I hear, one day, moment like New Yorkers, for anybody in New York, I don't know what you should be doing right now. First of all, anybody in America has no clue what. I'm waiting for them to sneeze and just no pun intended. No pun intended. I don't mean sneeze, but that's why if you hear me coughing or if I do sneeze, I do have allergies. If I stop making videos and stuff, that might be a problem. But the average person doesn't have $300 in savings. Nobody has nothing. Like the average person's broke. You know what I'm saying? This is a terrible, terrible time right now. So, I know politically, those that hate Trump, this is potentially great for them potentially, because then they can potentially get somebody new in office if you have a stock market crash, right? But at the same time, you got to be careful. I found in life too, I struggle with that in life, right? A lot of times we want to be right, or it's the whole thing called pride, right? I struggle with pride, right? I want to be right in what I believe and think in those things. And but that could come at a cost, right? So sometimes you could be right and feel prideful about something. So, like, again, guys, I've been very prideful with saying I told you guys this market was going to drop. So that's pride, right? So I'm prideful that I was right. Problem is, look at the cost of that, right? So I was warning you guys. So now I feel good that I was right. But guess what that means? There's a lot of pain, right? Stock market's tanking. A lot of people losing a ton of money. We're a trading company. We don't enjoy the stock market being down like that. Of course, you could short on the way down, but that's where you got to think about those things, right? So your level of what you believe in those types of things, a lot of times it can come out of price on both sides. That's you got to be careful. So a lot of people are on edge right now. So like I said, I'm listening to Governor Cuomo today in New York, and I'm just like, those people in New York, I feel like they were saying, like, correct me if I'm wrong if anybody's hearing this, but I was hearing, like, I thought yesterday, be prepared for a possible shut-in. And then I thought I heard him say today, we're not going to do a shut-in. So now I'm like, is that true? Like, that's where I'm kind of confused. Anybody hear that too with Cuomo in New York? It's like, if I was someone in New York right now, I'd be like, what the heck? They told me to be prepared for a shutdown, but now I felt like I thought I heard him say that there isn't going to be one. So now I don't know what he's doing. So Claire Journey says, I do not hate him. I do not love him. I dislike his lies and arrogance. I can understand that. His lack of compassion and empathy. Yep. I understand that. How do stock markets typically do during war times? Well, yeah, I mean, what kind of war? What kind of war are we going through? And this is nothing about what we're going through right now is typical. There's nothing typical. See, everybody has an opinion. That's why I'm telling you guys, right? I didn't tell you if I love Trump or if I hate him or if I'm indifferent. I just put a mask on, I put a hat on. Some of you guys are going to hate me. Some of you are like, what if I don't like Trump? And I wore it to be funny. Could you dislike Trump and be silly? I don't know. Who knows? So I got to be very politically correct, right? So that's why I take this virus very seriously. I'm practicing social distancing. Here's a question for you guys. I was thinking about this today. This is a very good question. So, social distancing sounds like a term that, again, no labels are a bad thing. It sounds like more of like kind of a liberal type of term, right? Like social justice, right? Social distancing. I don't know if it is or not, but it sounds like it would be more of a liberal term, right? But then what I found interesting is that there's a lot of the younger generations right now that are the Bernie fans that I guess it's different than that's liberal, right? Or social. I don't know what term you want to put it on, right? But I feel like the social distancing is like a term that they would use. I don't know if they came up with it. But then here's what I find interesting. Those are the same people that are going to beaches right now and hanging with all their friends and disobeying social distancing, right? That's kind of throwing me off. How do you want social distancing, but then you don't do social distancing? So that's me. But here's the thing. I'm not a boomer, right? So now you have these people, they're making these TikTok videos that are like, okay, boomer. You guys see that one, right? So it's some Bernie girl is doing they're doing the okay boomer, and they're making fun of boomers, right? Then they want social distancing, but then they're going to the bars and they're hanging on the beach, breaking the social distancing. I don't understand that. I'm not a boomer, so you can't call me a boomer, but I'm a prepared Gen Xer that I'm thinking logically. So I don't understand how they come to that conclusion. Anybody have an answer to that? Yeah. So Clear Journey says, how does social distancing look like in a place in New York? Social distancing. Yeah, it's like, guys, I don't know. But you want to know how I'm obeying social distancing? Perfect example today. I did not go to the post office to send toilet paper to a loved one. I didn't do that because what if I gave an elderly person in the post office? Can you guys imagine that? Now, like you go about your day, you're a carrier of this, right? And then you go and you kill some person because you're going out and drinking a beer or sending toilet paper to a loved one. And then I got to live with that the rest of my life. Hey, you were a carrier. You went on public when we told you not to. You're a bad boy. And by the way, you just killed 5,505 people, right? That would suck. So I'm practicing my social distancing. And I went on my walks. Now I'm going on my walks and I see a few more. I have this nice trails out in the woods that I go on. And I have this main one that I like to go down and I can sit down. It's a nice little area. It's peaceful. And then there's another one that's more woody and then it goes to a swamp area. That's more of a private area. Today I wanted to go and do my sit down one. And I said, uh-oh, there's people on this trail. And they were not obeying social distancing. They were close together. And so I have a choice, right? So I'm being respectful. If I'm a carrier to the disease, now we have this, like, I'm walking down a road. I make sure I'm on the other side of the road, right? Because I don't want, God forbid, I kill my neighbor because I breathe. That would suck, right? So I kind of now I have a little thing now. I walk, if I see somebody, I put the distance on the other side of the road. So if they're here, I'm going to go over here. And then when I see them, instead of saying like, hello, right? So my breath doesn't go on them. I kind of do a little bit of like so then my breath doesn't necessarily come out and I'm kind of doing a nod. And then that way I can think, hey, at least I didn't breathe and it didn't travel 12 or 15 feet. And then it gets them. And then I killed my neighbor, right? That would be terrible. But there's other times I got caught where a neighbor will say hi. And then my instinct is to say hello back. And then I'm like, oh, crap, I just said hello. Is that going to travel? I don't know. What do I do? Right? So I'm trying to do the right thing. And then I caught last night. I was walking down the road and then somebody was, in my apartment complex, they were changing their tire. And now they're in the middle of the road. Now I'm kind of screwed because then what happened now, guys, what a nice person pulled their car in front of their car, got out to help the guy changing the tire. That's disobeying social distancing. He's helping another person change the tire, right? Now I'm kind of caught up because I don't have my distance. I don't have my full road like this. I got like this. Now I probably broke the 6-foot rule and I'm screwed. So now if I'm going near him, like, oh, I'm interested in this guy changing the tire. I want to help the guy, but I don't know how to change it. Actually, it wasn't tire. It was oil. He was leaking oil, right? So he's leaking oil or whatever. No, transmission fluid is in the front. So guy's trying to be nice, helping him out. Who knows? What if he's a carrier? Now that other guy's got it. And now, or what if I just gave it to him? So the guy's trying to help him out with his transmission fluid. I walk by. Now I give him the coronavirus while I'm trying to take a walk and obey social distancing. What do I do? Then I saw today, so now you have these probably some fathers, home or families with their kids. It's got a swamp, right? So as I'm coming back from my walk, I see a gentleman with 2 children and another gentleman with another child in front of him. They have fishing poles. They're going to fish. I don't know if they were complete families, but there's a couple of them, right? There was like 3 and then 2. They're walking together. Now they're going to go fishing. That's obeying the social distancing. Here I am trying to mind my own business, paranoid, trying to take a walk and be comfortable. I don't know what to do. What if I'm a carrier and I infect somebody and they die? Guys, if I sound crazy, I'm in self-quarantine. This is day 2, I think. I don't know what's going to happen by day 10. Here's the other thing now. I go in self-quarantine. I'm trying to be responsible, right? I take a 2-week, right? A 2-week self-quarantine. And I'm sitting here waiting. I'm like, okay, if we shut this down, I'm in day 2. What if they wait 2 weeks and shut it down? Now I got to have another 2 weeks. Now I got a month self-quarantine. What do I do about that? Right? So now we just keep adding stuff on. Makes you go silly. Oh, geez. Let's read some of your comments here. Am I right, though? Can I get an amen? Could someone give me an amen here? Right? So, hold on, guys. Someone wants to speak. Hold on a second. I'll be right back. Lucien, you're a very smart man. We really appreciate people like you in this country. Thank you for all you do. You're a great patriot. and a great bounce back. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. President. Oh, I lost my hat. So my bullish bears hat. I'll stay bald for the video, right? Just got to own it. So that's that. So how does what else you got? Two-faced people, hypocrisy. You played the stock market. Interesting. I like when people say they played the stock market. Oh, Tesla. Remind me, I got to look at Tesla. Let me look at that first, and then I'll read your comments. Remember I was telling you about my friend with Tesla? Ooh. Wait, who bought it at 350? Someone said they were going to buy it at 350 yesterday for today. Who said 350? Oh, they got the bounce. They did get the bounce off 350. The problem is on the 200. Oh my gosh, that looks awful. So you have a close below the 200 simple moving average on the daily. It looks terrible. It's at 361. If you bought it at 350, you're still up $11, but let me take a look at the hourly. It looks terrible. It just looks awful. So Tesla looks terrible. Where's the dip? So a dip could be at any time, right? Do you want an intraday dip? Are you doing a long-term dip, right? Those are the things you got to determine that are very, very important. All right. So Lufo, nice job, Lucien. Hey, thank you. Pisses me off to see those people with 3 carts worth of toilet paper. Yeah, those people are douches. Douchebags. Douche. But like I've been trying to tell you guys, I don't fault people that are buying extra toilet paper because like I've been trying to tell you guys, right? Every day, it doesn't matter, guys. It doesn't matter if you love CNN, MSNBC, or Fox News. They are all the same in the sense that they're running 24 hours a day news. All right. Doesn't matter what station you put on, it's going to be first thing that comes up coronavirus pandemic and dun 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 news. Right. I'm not making fun of it. It's a serious thing. Right. Dun 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 24 hours a day. What are you supposed to think 24 hours a day? Like I said, with me as a Gen Xer right here, right now, like I don't want to be killing people. Well, I'm happy I don't have kids right now and a wife because then I'd be like, what if I just went out for a walk and that guy changing the other dude's transmission or trying to help him out, or the kid with this, the guy with his dad taking his kids fishing on the swamp. What if I walk past and they give me coronavirus? Now I give it to my wife or my kid. God bless you guys if you have a family. This is no joke. Crazy stuff. All right, what do you guys say here? So let's see. Now is the best time to be in the market? Not, depending, if they close the country tomorrow or this week and it drops a lot more, then maybe not. Got to find the reversals, guys. All right, that's an interesting perspective. The invisible enemy is his ignorance, right? Okay, so there's somebody that believes that Trump's invisible enemy is his ignorance. And then there's other people that might say, what if there is? So what if it is, right? So what if it is his ignorance? Or what if there is an invisible enemy? I don't know. I'm just a stock trader that's in quarantine. What if there's something to it that's more? I don't know. I'm trying to be prepared. I'm trying to be responsible. And I'm in self-quarantine, and I'm not looking forward to eating my ramen noodles anytime soon. I'm going to have a lot of ramen and pasta. Futures openings are like movie premieres now. Yeah, they're just crazy. Some parent with children weren't able to replenish their pantry. That's just not, yeah. Like I've been trying to say to you guys, I feel the compassion the most for the people that obviously don't have anything. I feel terrible for them, right? Then I appreciate those that are prepared like myself. I appreciate people like me. So that's my pride coming out. I appreciate people like me because I was prepared and then I'm helping other people prepare, right? I'm actually starting to be able to breathe a little bit lately because now I'm in self-quarantine. I can't go out and try to find. I got my thermometer the other day, guys. It's persistence, guys. Persistence, really good. I actually may have saved. I'm going to say it, I might be saving some babies' lives because because of my obsessive compulsiveness, I know of somebody that runs a daycare. And I had no need to go out and try and find a thermometer, but because I'm kind of obsessive and prepared, I was like, well, I actually had a digital thermometer. I put I turned it on because I never take my temperature, and it started beeping low at me, right? I'm like, oh crap, I just opened this thermometer. Is the battery dead on this thing? And it kept beeping low, low, low. Now I'm freaking out because now I'm trying to be prepared. And they said, don't go out in public. And now I need a battery for my thermometer. So what do? I got to go out in public to get a battery for my thermometer because what if I get the coronavirus at home and I got to take my temperature and I can't take it because I don't have a battery, right? So I go running around trying to find the batteries. I think it turned out that I think it just beeps low just when you turn it on, but I don't know. I don't take my temperature much. So then I went around, guys, and I went to CVS and I knew thermometers were selling out. And I went to the CVS counter. I kept my distance a little bit further back, right? And I said, hi, I actually have, because I was prepared earlier, I got an N95 mask, right? So I had it and I wore it, and then people are yelling at me, don't wear the mask. So what am I supposed to do, right? They say in the beginning, the masks are selling out. I get the mask. Now what do? I get the mask, and then I have people saying, well, you should wear the mask. I hear the news telling me the masks don't work, right? So they say to me, I'm hearing get the N95 mask, but then they don't really work. So then I'm like, well, if I have the mask, do I wear the mask or does it not work? And then I had a friend say to me, well, once you wear the mask and you put it around your neck once, it's germ infested or it gets in the air. Now it's useless. So I'm like, what the heck do I do? If I'm a carrier of a virus and I got to prepare, and I'm trying to be responsible and I don't want to kill people, do I wear the mask or don't I? So then I heard someone say, well, it prevents you from touching your face too. So I'm like, all right, cool. So what do? I wear the mask because I'm trying to be responsible to not spread the virus. And then I had some, so anyways, I'm out in CVS, I get the temperature, I get the thermometer thing, right? I get what do you call it? Thermometer. Well, actually, no, she said, we're all out, sir. Maybe one down that aisle, and then check the baby aisle over there. Those are the more expensive ones, right? So I said, okay. Definitely one not down the regular aisle. So I go to the baby aisle, and I go in the baby aisle and I see this one. It's like this, she was right. It was like $46 or $45, right? So it was a $45 one, and it was non-contact. So I look at that. I'm like, nothing else. And my brain thinks, okay, be prepared. I don't want to hoard it. And I don't want to, I probably could have sold that thing on eBay or Amazon for $1,000. And then I would have been the big douchebag in America that bought 17,700 hand sanitizer. But I bought the non-contact because then I got to think to myself, right? I think, okay, I have that. Even though it's just myself, I can use the contact one. But how about the neighbors, right? What if I'm prepared as a Gen Xer and I'm self-quarantined? And then some panicking neighbor, if we're on lockdown, comes and knocks on my door and panic and saying, hey, my loved one may have a fever. Do you happen to have a thermometer or a non-contact one I can use? Guess what? Now I've got a non-contact thermometer. But then it turned out, right? So now I have my digital one and a non-contact one. I had a friend who has a friend that runs a daycare. And guess what? That daycare now needs to start taking the kids and the parents' temperatures before they come in to the daycare. So now they're tasked to go out and try to find a non-contact thermometer, right? So guess what? You can't find anymore. Any thermometers for getting non-contact. But guess who happened to have a non-contact thermometer? This guy, right? The guy that President Trump said was prepared, the Gen Xer. So I got the non-contact thermometer. Guess what I said? I said, hey, make sure that person keeps looking for that non-contact thermometer because they're going out to CVS and Walgreens, right? All that stuff. And then, but I said, if they don't find one, they can have mine, right? I get it. Okay, thank you. Excellent. So now what does my brain do? My brain says, I'm going to lose my non-contact thermometer. There is no more. What do I got to go do? I got to go find another non-contact thermometer. But now I got to go back out in public. I don't want to be a carrier to disease. And I got my N95 mask. So what do? I got to put the mask on to go find others because then I can try to help other people. I went to about 10 or 12 more CVS or Walgreens. Nothing. Everybody's wiped out. Most normal people, which I'm not, would give up. They would quit. They would be done. You can't find them. But what did I do? The last either CVS, I think it was CVS I went to, boom, got another non-contact thermometer. All right. So now I was able to give up the one I got. I got a new one. And then I have my regular one. So now I can help a neighbor if they need it. Right. I also, along the way, you're going to think I'm funny. I didn't know there was a baby rectal one. I bought the baby rectal one as well because you think first question I had is, does the baby rectal one work for an adult? I don't know. I'm not a medical professional, but I picked it up not for myself per se, but to have it so then I could ask a friend if they needed it. Well, it turns out the daycare now gets my non-contact thermometer. We might be saving, as an owner of a bullish bears, might be saving a lot of babies' lives now because of my brain of being prepared. And then just so you know, I gave the baby rectal one away as well because I had no need for it. And maybe they could pay it forward, right? They take my non-contact one, make sure nobody has the virus, give the baby rectal one away to maybe a parent that needed one for their baby. Think about it, guys. That's a great story. And I wanted to tell you guys one the other day that was very important. And I forgot because I rambled. When I first started getting prepared last week, right? I was going to sleep. I was listening to the news, right? Before all this hysteria hit. And I was listening to a news program. I'm not going to tell you what station. And that person, a gentleman, said something and it made me very afraid. Like, whoa, this is pretty serious. So I typically maybe go to bed around 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock at night. I said, this is serious. I'm going to go out right now. And it was after 11 o'clock to the 24-hour Walmart. And I'm going to go get prepared now because I want to avoid the crowds. That's why I'm trying to tell you guys, right? If the grocery stores are open and they shut things down, guess what's going to happen? You're going to go around people that are potentially sick. You know what I'm going to do when they shut down if they do? Not go around people. Common sense, right? If you're stuck in the house for a couple of weeks, you might just get the common cold. Now you're around other people. Not me. I'll eat my ramen soup. Anyways, I went to Walmart and it was a 24-hour Walmart. All right. So I walk in. So what do? I think smart. They say you can't get gloves and the masks and stuff. So what do? I'm going to go to the gloves and the mask section first to see if I can find any. And just so happens, I'm going around and I was like, this is very interesting. The condom aisle is almost sold out. The condoms were selling out like hotcakes in this particular Walmart. But you know what wasn't sold out? Rubber gloves. I got rubber gloves. Interesting. The rubbers are sold, but I got the rubbers that were needed. Now, some people probably needed the other rubbers, but I needed the essential rubbers for my hands. Some needed rubbers for some other things. Hey, but I got the rubber gloves. You know what I was able to do? Send rubber gloves to people that need them, that are in the demographic that I could infect and kill being a carrier. I just want to let you know, guys, I'm doing my part to save a lot of people's lives. I'm trying. So if I do die from this, please pass this along that I was trying to do my part and then I'm obeying orders. Wow, I'm letting this out, guys. This is going to be, who knows how my videos will progress. This is only day 2 in self-quarantine. I don't know what day 6 or 7 or I just want this thing to either end this thing and cure it or shut it down so we can start the process. My goodness. I'm not crying. That's just, maybe I'm crying. I don't know. Yes, he did say something, no clothes in New York. He mentioned that he did not want people to go drink in New Jersey. What else we got here? Dun, 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 dun. Oh, everybody keeps posting a comment, and then I can't scroll down. Everyone will be 40 pounds heavier. I'm probably gonna be, guys. That's what good. I keep it right up here, right? But I haven't tapped into the ramen soups yet, and my beefaroni's coming. I have Chef Boyardee beefaroni. I have ramen soups. I haven't touched any of my. I have 3 DiGiorno pepperoni pizzas in my freezer, so I have that. I have 3 DiGiornos. I have tons. The other thing too, because I stocked up on carbs at first. I got the pastas and I got the rices and stuff. And then I had my bleep moment when I was prepared with all the garbage, right? Then I'm like, that's all carb. I need some proteins. What do I do? Then I stocked up and got some frozen chicken and stuff like that. So that I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm not a great cook. I could probably cook. I just don't really want to cook. But now I'm like, maybe I'll cook some white rice and throw some chicken in there. You know, I don't know. Today, okay. I'll tell you something I did today. I've been trying to practice fasts on Wednesday. I'm a Catholic. It's Lent. I practice fasts. I've been eating this regular kind of rolls. I've been eating the rolls. I got the little Euro rolls or Subway rolls, right? They've been good. I eat one for breakfast, one for lunch. I don't know what we're on now, like 3 weeks in Lent, something like this, a few weeks in, right? Today, you know what I do? I don't have the rolls. I'm super prepared. I don't want to go to my stock. You know what I did today? I went to probably a 2-week loaf of bread. You know what I never do, ever? I never eat the end slices. You know what I did today? I said, you know what? On my fast today, I'm going to have 2 slices of bread. I actually had the end slice. Not enjoyable, but guess what? I appreciated it. I would have never done that. But now, because I'm self-quarantined, I had my end slice of bread today. And I'm doing okay, I think. We'll see. Angel, this is one for the books. This might be a good one, guys. This may be a first day, you made my day. Nice. I work from home, so quarantine is not impacting me much, only that they canceled Uber Eats here. What is Uber Eats? There's no spaghetti in New York supermarkets. That's scary. No chicken in Costco. Costco had a great thing. I don't normally go there. My friend has a Costco membership, and those big bags of frozen chicken are going to come in hugely handy. Huge. Instacart, you ate them. People will be forced to learn humbleness. Yeah, guys, that's what I've been trying to say, guys. You know what? This is I really want to, I struggle like most people do, right? I'm very well aware of my pride. I'm very well aware of my attachment to the things of this world. And through the preparing, right, you get so distracted with the preparing. So my brain is like, I'm trying to be prepared and not kill somebody for breathing. That's a weird place to be, right? That's a weird place, right? That's my brain, because it overthinks, as you guys can tell, right? It's very weird to think that as I'm preparing, I could be killing somebody for existing with a mask that they tell me I should have, but I can't get. But when I get, it's not going to work. But here's the thing, guys. This is what drives me crazy. They say you can't. They say you should get the mask, but then you can't get the masks, right? Follow me. Here's. Am I wrong here? Am I wrong, or can I get an amen? They say the masks, the N95s, are the best ones, but you can't get them, right? So then what am I going to do? I'm going to try to get one, right? So I get one. Now I have them. Then they're telling me these masks don't work, or they don't work well. They don't work. Okay, now I'm confused, right? But now you go to the hospital when you're sick, or you might have this. Guess what they're giving you when you leave? They're giving you a mask. Why would they give you a mask if the mask doesn't work? Right? You follow me? You guys tracking me here, right? They say it doesn't work. Now they give you a mask. Why would they give you a mask if it doesn't work? Now you're home, right? Now you know what I'm hearing now? If you have N95 masks, donate them. Why would I donate my N95 masks that don't work? You guys following me? So now I was responsible because I don't want to be a carrier and kill people. I got my N95 mask. Now you want my mask? You want my mask that you're telling me doesn't work to give to people. But then when they go to the hospital, you give them an N95 mask. What am I supposed to do? Right? Exactly. They don't want to stock up on them. Yeah, but listen, you know what? I got to do a responsible thing. I'm a human being, right? So I'm just a normal person, right? You're telling me the world, I'm going to kill people and the world's going to die. I got to get prepared. I got to have stuff so then I can help other people, right? You help yourself, you help others, right? I have loved ones that are older. If I want to get stuff, I help myself, then I can help them. And meanwhile, I turn on the news and I feel like I'm a walking bomb, right? Like I'm going to kill people for existing. That's some scary stuff. N95 masks work. The standard ones, no. You know what I found with those N95 masks? It still hurts me right here. And now I think they say because they got to be fitted. I got the 3M N95 one. It's got this like metal plate on my nose. And I don't know if it's because I got a big head, but I put the thing on and then I put it like, because now they say it's got to fit your face. So I'm trying to push it down under my chin. And now it's like, it's tightened on my nose and it's like right up pressed against my nose. And I got this metal thing digging in my nose. And I'm like, I'll deal with my nose still hurts like 2 days later from the pain of the metal on my nose. What am I supposed to do? Right? Because I had to pull it down past my chin because God forbid some saliva or some breathing comes out the bottom of it. And I kill somebody because I wasn't responsible. I didn't fit it properly on my face. Right? But guess what? If I didn't wear my N95 mask, I wouldn't have got that non-contact thermometer that would potentially save many babies' lives. Right? Think about it. The standard ones only prevent you from coughing on people or being coughed on or touching your face. Okay, yeah. I don't, let's see, couldn't be angry, but I thought it was pretty. Yeah, they're supposed to be fitted annually. Yeah, my nose, I still feel it's like my bridge of my nose right here. It hurts. Oh, so by the way, that's right. When I was going in to get the new non-contact face thing, I'm being responsible. I have the N95 on it. No, so now like I'm in the places, right? Nobody's got the mask. Now I feel like a jerk, right? I didn't wear the mask right at first because then at first I didn't want to scare people. Because then I had friends that said to me, hey, first of all, before it started getting all crazy last week, when I had it, I didn't wear it at first because I didn't know what to do, right? I didn't know if this is real, what's going on, because I don't know what to believe, right? So I'm out getting my groceries and stuff. I didn't wear it for the first couple of days or whatever because I didn't know what to do, right? And then all this information comes out. And then I also feel like an idiot, right? You can't get the mask. I have a mask. And then if I go out in public wearing it, people are going to think, like, what are they going to think of me? Do they think I have a disease? What do they think? Like, so you feel like I don't know what to do. So at first couple of days, I'm not wearing it. And then I started saying like, okay, this is a problem. So then I start wearing it. And then you're like, it's kind of weird. Like people look at you a little weird or whatever, but I was fine. Everything went well. And then was it, a couple of days ago, and I was finding the other non-contact thermometer. I go on a store, CVS. I'm in a mission, guys. I'm going into these stores, so and I'm being responsible. I'm actually keeping my distance. I'm not trying to go people. I actually divert. If I see someone down an aisle, I divert to another aisle. I go around. I keep my distance as best as I possibly can without going nuts, right? So I was on a mission on the CVS. I go walk right through the door because I don't want to kill anybody, right? I walk through the door. I'm scoping out the aisles where people are at. And I hear behind me a voice yelling at me, hey, you shouldn't be wearing one of those masks unless you're sick. No judgment, but I think the guy was a boomer, maybe older. He may have been older than a boomer. So it was either a boomer or older. I don't know if older, maybe like older. Yeah, it might have been a parent of a boomer. Meanwhile, that guy and I probably would have gotten along just great. Him and I would have been great and loved each other. Meanwhile, the parent of the boomer doesn't realize I'm wearing the mask because I don't want to kill the guy because I'm a ticking time bomb. Meanwhile, I'm trying to be respectful of him and he's yelling at me for wearing the mask. Now I feel like a jerk. What do? I got to wear the mask. Now I'm under self-quarantine because I realized, hey, I got my stuff. Be careful. Now we're good. So now I can make videos, and that's where we're at. Now that's what you see. I got my Trump hat, my Trump mask. I'm dressing. I'm thinking of maybe I might actually do daily pressers. So maybe I'll do like be a press secretary. Maybe I could put my, put my tie on, maybe tie it up for you guys. The problem is my neck is big. So like I get like that razor, right on the neck. So maybe I'll do my, put like shirts and ties on, and we'll just do updates, and we'll call it like the daily presser or something like that. What do you guys think? Would that be good? Oh. Trump said the news was fake. Why is it so real now? Very good question. Ooh, you had corona? How many children? Yeah. So somebody says, how many children have coronavirus? Actually, I was reading an article today. I don't know if it's out of Italy, that a lot more younger people have it. Between the age, I don't know about kids, but between the ages of 21 to 50, I saw. So again, there we go. Right? Social distancing, 21 years old. You can't call me a boomer because I'm not a boomer. I'm a latchkey Gen Xer, right? That's prepared. I'm trying not to kill you young, what's younger than millennia? What are these wise ass kids nowadays, these young ones? They're terrible. You know what they're doing nowadays? I'm hearing, you know what they're doing? These kids that are kids, actually, it would probably be my kids if I had kids. These 20-something-year-old kids, these are the people, right? Social distancing, that are not doing social distancing. They're making TikTok videos saying, okay, boomer. And guess you know what they're doing? I hear there's a new thing now called boomer remover, right? So these wise ass kids want to be talking about boomer remover. I haven't seen this, but I heard the term like boomer remover. Wait a second. Are they saying social distancing? They know they could be a carrier and kill people, and now they want to make TikTok videos or whatever about removing boomers that could be their parent or grandparent. Like, what the frick is going on with these kids nowadays? Boomer remover, right? Here I am trying to be responsible. They're trying to remove boomers. Okay, boomer, yeah. Oh, Gen Z. These kids, they're crazy. They don't even have to believe, Let's see, the news isn't fake. The news isn't fake. The people delivering most of it are fake. No reports on it yet. Coronavirus isn't real. You had to rewind me? The math don't add up. I mean, guys, the math is, listen, I've been trying to go in between on this thing, stay in the middle ground. I am confused about the math. I got to be honest. I'm confused about it. So all I can do, I'm on videotape, which is not videotape. This is YouTube, but I'm gonna show. I'm not a boomer, but I was around during videotape. I'm on videotape to the world right now, being a very responsible Gen Xer. I will not give you interviews if you want to interview me because I'm smart. This is my video recording, letting you know I'm being very responsible. You have my journey and what I'm trying to do. I'm out there in the world. I'm trying to save elderly people's lives, babies' lives, loved ones, right? I'm sitting there being responsible. I have some loved ones that are older than me that are still going out and getting their hair done, going out dancing in public. And I'm saying, hey, be responsible, right? This is my video confession to you guys. Oh my God, are you serious? You heard there's a TikTok challenge they're doing with licking doorknobs and railings. Guys, I'm sorry. I hate people getting hurt, but if that's the case, shut it down, man. This is just terrible. The quicker they shut it down, hopefully people I'm just saying, if you're gonna shut it down and people are prepared, like if you shut it down now, we go through the pain, rip the Band-Aid off, come back in 2 weeks to a month, stock market probably catastrophic, and then use the Fed and other magic tools, negative interest rates, skyrocket it back up again, right? Let's get this over with, because these boomer remover kids these young whippersnappers are not being smart. If you're a young whippersnapper listening to me right now, then you better, I know you got to practice what you preach, right? If you like Bernie, if you're into social distancing, then you need to practice it. Go home, make your TikTok videos and self-quarantine by yourself, have a good food supply for a month, practice your social distancing, and don't try to kill your parents or grandparents. That's not nice. Or other people's parents and grandparents. Some people love their loved ones. Maybe you don't like yours, but other people love theirs, right? I should probably end this now. Who knows who will quit after hearing this? Oh, guys. This is one of those. They lick ice cream, they lick bus and train, hold poles, they lick during. I mean, these people are crazy. Whatever. I'm going to go for my walks in the woods. I'm even thinking about avoiding people on walks in the woods, right? That's what I'm trying to do. Trying to be responsible. I'm going to eat my pasta and my ramen and my frozen pizzas and sweets. And you guys all stay safe out there. Let's keep it going, guys. We're doing this all together. Everybody's going to be affected by this, guys. It doesn't matter whether you're rich or poor. Everybody's affected in some way. And that's where you kind of keep saying, kind of like the way I'm thinking, are you going to come out of this bitter or better, right? Sadly, I think most people will come out bitter. But there's a chance to become better. And that's what I'm trying to do. I want to become out better. I want to come out better. I want to try to. I'm a human being. I don't always succeed at that stuff, but I want to try to be better. Right? So no parties or get-togethers. All right, guys, have fun. You guys all have a great rest of your day, and I'll catch you all later. Enjoy.